You know what else dropped this week, Sizzy?
What do we got?
My brother Reks dropped the album this week. There you go.
Rekka Flame.
New Reks
in
album
the
thing.
building.
Available now everywhere. You heard the Reks shit?
Oh man, I need to hear it all the way through. There's been so much music. When did this come out the other day?
Same day, the 11th. You know how Reks does.
Yeah, let's let this run for just a couple seconds.
Yeah, man. Reks got some producers on here, too. Got some features on here, too. Next level shit.
Yo, you know what we should do?
Hit them? For real?
Yeah, why not? Shall we?
Try them.
All right, real quick. Real quick, Stuck on Stuff, episode 75, gentlemen. 75. 75 fucking episodes. We have been out here rocking. Yeah, let's try to get. Let's see if we can get this brother on the phone. Let's see if that works. Let's see.
Shit better work, yo. Turn them up.
Let's see. Let's see if we get the fuck you button.
Reks.
Peace.
Yo, Rekka Flame in the building. You are live on the Stuck on Stuff podcast. What up, though?
Chillin'. How you doing, family?
We all right, man. We were just listening to this, listening to some of this new album, and we said, yo, fuck it. We want to try to give you a call and see if we could get you on real quick.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all taking the time, man. You know what it is. It's family.
You already know.
Where you at? You in Florida, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah, down in Florida. Peace, King. You know what I'm saying? We down in Florida. Moved down here a couple of months ago.
Don't.
Blessings upon blessings upon blessings, bro. Yo, Reks, real quick, you are like notorious for these like acronyms, bro. Like, so real quick,
Reks loves a good acronym.
Reks loves a good acronym. Real quick, like, what made you go with the concept things? The hunger inside never gets satisfied. Like, how did you land on that? What was the process of that like?
Well, I was dealing with the juxtaposition of, the materialism that individuals chase, thinking that things are what's going to make us happy and find joy in our life. So that juxtaposed against the idea and concept of, not chasing materialism and finding that the true joy and happiness that we get in our life comes from our family and the more simplistic aspects of the life that sometimes we lose sight of.
Crazy, Reks,
deep.
Tell them just a little about this murderous row of producers you got on this shit.
For real.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So, whenever I don't do the one-off producer situation, I love to just, go with, a classic feel of producers. So like we were able to tap in with Knots, Apollo Brown, Static Selector, Marco Polo, Evidence, and then we have some of the local lesser name but like super duper producers like brother by the name of Drugs Beats, my longtime working partner Short Fuse, John Glass, Andre X for the first time laced me with a record.
What did Glass?
Brother by the name of Me Fuck.
What did Glass do?
Who's done a lot of work.
Glass did the intro, right?
Glass did the intro. He did the intro. Strong, Ready, Able.
That shit is
very
crazy.
Personal record right there.
I love that intro.
And that's the second time Glass did an intro for me. Him and Melks both did the intro for The Greatest X.
Right. Shout out Melks, too.
Yeah, shout out Melks. Shout out Glass House, the whole Glass House team. Yo, Reks, have you been keeping up with I know you're not like the hugest social media guy, but I'm curious if in the past 24 to 48 hours you've caught any of this Kanye West stuff that's been going on. Cuz I'm just curious cuz it just made me think of cuz I'm fresh off of seeing that, and it just made me think of the Say Goodnight line, but turn up my face to Kanye West crying and with you just talking about that juxtaposition, I was just curious if you caught any of what Kanye's been ranting about the past 24 hours and how you felt about that, because he's kind of on that.
No,
not at all.
Yo, Reks.
Nah, I mean, you can put me on. I'd be tapped out of shit like that, man. I don't pay attention to that.
Nah, I figured.
Stuff. I don't really.
He's been tweeting some crazy
shit.
He's been tweeting some crazy stuff, but there is a lot of like truth and valid points in what he's been tweeting.
There might be. I mean, I haven't seen them all, but I do know he built an actual wall around his crib.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that
shit is
later.
crazy.
But no, he's been really on the whole like artists need to own their masters, and like especially today when we're in the middle of a pandemic, that there's no tour money, there's no show money. There's no nothing. So like now more than ever, like you need to be getting money from the actual music.
Yeah.
So
Well, I also believe to piggyback off that, like artists need to like have residual income and other revenue streams, and not just focus on being an artist. You know, like our creativity can be utilized in various formats, and we don't need to just like pick up a mic, pick up a ball. We don't have to just get behind the boards. There's so many vast ways in which we can like utilize our services.
So true.
I heard you got that. I heard you got that healthy food going for you now.
Absolutely. We got No Swine Lord. That's a movement that we've been working with for over a year now. We're gonna once we finalize our location in Georgia, our plan is to start the food truck. We have that business in the works. I mean, it's already a business, but we were doing home services with a lot of homies in the local area in terms of doing food prep and myself, the young queen, and the queen would do a day each, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We'd make dinner dishes, smoothies. Sometimes we do breakfast for people in the neighborhood. So like now, when we get to Georgia, that's going to be our final landing spot. When we get out there, are to start the food truck, because at some point we're going to continuously be able to be mobile, and we look forward to that new normal.
That's going to be crazy.
That's so dope.
Yo, Rex, I remember we were talking like a year or two or so about doing more joints together or something along those lines, and he was like, yeah, no, I know.
Yeah.
You were like, yo, I fucked up. I know I got you in the next one. Was I just too white for this particular project?
Yeah. I do that. I appreciate you calling me out on that.
But just for this particular project, I was too white for this one, but maybe on the next one, right? Because you touch a lot of shit.
The next one, you might be more too white for the next one.
Yeah,
I won't say that. I won't even say. I'm not. Just to go off your joke and what have you. But like, no, it's not anything like that, man. It's just timing, right timing, and making it work. It took forever for me and Fuse to get in the lab together. We would always talk about that very thing as well. And then once we got in, it was just nonstop.
That's how it goes.
Nothing to do with the flow of the juices and the vibrations. It's just really when like we were able to link up in that regard, and it remains organic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the most, that more than anything is that it could be organic. Drugs Beats, who's on this album, I was talking to him years ago about putting work together, and he would send me stuff, and it wasn't right for what I was doing at the time.
Shit is all about timing with that shit.
Facts.
All timing with that shit.
Yeah, it's all about timing and making sure things are organic. And I got it's incredible, like some of the people I've been building with, like since this album, and we've been talking about doing some things. So like I'm already back in the lab and working, and I got some really cool things coming really soon.
Dope.
I know it's on to bigger and better things, for all of us always. But I'd be remiss if I didn't just tell you real quick and just kind of ask you. 25th Hour is now closing in on 3 million views, bro.
Crazy.
How do you feel about that?
It's dope. I mean, it's dope. It's a testament to like the years put in, and it doesn't hurt to have a producer like DJ Premier on it, right? So,
Facts.
it's just a beautiful accomplishment, and I'm very proud of what that record has done for my career. It still continues to do for my career, and I couldn't ask for anything else. It's beautiful.
Yo, you heard the new Nas album?
I have.
What'd you think?
Okay, so like it's interesting because like a lot of people are so enamored with the album, and I do think it's a solid album. I personally feel like and it's not I love Hit Boy. It's not really that. I feel like there's a lack of some growth on the album, and for me, Nas is like Nas is Nas. So like when it comes to hearing his material, I'm gonna be very critical, super critical of everything. And over the years, like in past albums, it was like I'd have a problem with some of the beat selection for the most part. But I mean, he's always been my favorite artist.
Overall.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Lyrically, I think it's either, you know what I'm saying? It's still either him or Black Thought. And it was always Nas for me, you know? And so, you know, with this album, it has so many gems, but then there's a stale feeling in a lot of ways. And we're having an interesting conversation. If I could just say this real quick, I was having a conversation on this other podcast. I won't mention. I don't know how you guys feel about all that.
We don't
kind of
fuck
stuff.
with them, yo.
Anyways, but
They're trash.
yeah, word. Right. But anyway, so I was on another podcast, and the homies were having a conversation with OC and Mike Geronimo and Blackistan.
I actually peeped that, Rex. I watched the whole thing.
Yo, so if you see, like, me and Mike Geronimo, we going back and forth a little bit about that very thing, because, you know, he's like, he loves the album, and it's like, for me, we can't just settle just because nowadays, you know what I'm saying, things have changed, and like, yo, music, it's not so much about the lyrics anymore. It's like, yo, it's just a wave or a vibe.
But Nas still gives you the lyrics,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he absolutely does. But I felt like, again, there were some things on that album, certain records, where he was giving you the lyrics because he's Nas, but at the same time, the records is like just a settle. You know, there's a few joints on there where I'm like, yo, you could have done without this. You could have done without going here. And then obviously he had some incredible joints like Car 85, and, you know what I'm saying, the Ultra Black, you know what I'm saying, like the records are phenomenal, that are phenomenal.
See, I actually like hearing Nas on some of those beats, like the beat that had Lil Durk on it and shit. Like, I actually think he sounds good when he's in pocket, and just, it wasn't like the Kanye beats. It was like he was more in pocket on this one. Like, I thought he overall bodied the shit.
Word. I mean, and that's the wonderful thing about our abilities to, like, analyze and be,
everyone critiques
super
it differently.
Critical of our heroes. Yeah. And you know, I'm just being critical of a hero.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, the way I see it. You know what I'm saying, and the way I do art. But I do not deny the need for us to grow creatively into our own artistic space.
Yes.
That we have to leave room for that. And so I appreciate Nas growing into his artistic space. But there are times where, like, messages that I expect from Nas to grow, I feel like they remain stagnant a bit.
I would say my main issue with people that didn't fuck with the shit is that, like, did you expect Illmatic 2 in 2020? Like, what are we doing? It's not supposed to sound like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not, from my regard. But I get why you would say that, and that's a valid point. It's a valid point to make. You know, you can't expect individuals to go into their old bag and create or polish off an old stone and display it as if that's the same old stone.
Yeah.
I don't expect that. I don't expect that from Nas. But what I do expect, you know, in terms of, you know, I don't remember what the record is where it's like, it's just a shorty joint. I gotta listen again, but it's like he talking like he was talking on, like, the joint with Genuine, where he's like talking disrespectful to shorties, you know what I'm saying? And in a period in the time where I'm like, yo, Nas, man, you gotta do better.
Spicy.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to do better. Your representation is so paramount, and you're such an influencer. How can you be talking in this regard in 2020?
Maybe it was spicy, and maybe it was because the dudes that was on the joints with him.
Whatever it was, like, he was talking out of pocket, and I'm like, yo, dog, you can't be representing in that manner. Well, and that's a dialogue, that's a point of disagreement for some of us.
Yeah.
But that would be a man-to-man conversation that if I was sitting in the room with homie, I'd be like, look, you know what I mean? You know you have value, and you know your level of leverage over, like, mines. So you gotta be mindful when you have that, especially in 2020.
There's definitely something to that, because, like, on that joint, them cats is like 20 years younger than him. Talking, the whole verse is just disrespecting a bitch, like the other dude.
So it's like, so it's out of pocket.
It is a little out of pocket
in my view. If I hear the baby, like, cause I rock with a lot of new heads. I like the baby, and I like I like that a few little baby records. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's dope. I feel like people
I
wouldn't
only
think that
mind
about
certain
Reks.
pockets.
That's why I like that.
Yeah.
I like
of course
Reks
they
saying
wouldn't,
that.
because even when people tell, like, yo, when I play certain things, people be losing their mind. But I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
I'm an artist first, man. Like, I appreciate good art. You know, and I always have, you know what I'm saying? When I was super on my wanna like cut people's throats off with my lyrics, I was doing myself a disservice by not listening to art that was like outside of my box. So I was caught up in that box. So, you know, when you listen more and you have a tendency to like, you know, kind of grow there, and you're comfortable in your own skin, you're able to, you know, learn from, like, especially from the youth. Like, you know, one of my valuable teachers is my older son, Isaiah, who's now making beats and writing rhymes himself.
Sheesh.
At 17, which is insane, you know. But I'm in the studio with him.
That's got to be a dope feeling,
You know?
Reks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible feeling to see. Yeah, like I know for me, when I first went in the studio, I didn't rap over my own beat. I mean, I make beats, but
Right.
he's rapping over his own beat.
Or just
which is
imagine
incredible.
being in the studio with your father. Like,
Yeah, he's a
I always
fucking
wondered
legend.
that, right? Like, so I didn't really, like, my dad was never really in my life, and I always wondered, like, I wonder if I had parents who really fostered my creativity, what would have happened? What would have happened? Yeah, right.
How it would have been
and everything
different,
happens for a reason, and I'm glad that I am where I am. But I have always wondered
Mm-hmm.
that. So that's just got to be like super dope for both you and him.
Absolutely, like, I couldn't put it better. It's like it's an incredible feeling, and I feel rejuvenated in being in that space and being able to sit back and just be a spectator for a moment, and not interfere in his art, to allow his art to just manifest the way it manifests. And if he asks for my opinion, then I can offer it. But that's how I parent as well. I don't allow myself to be like, okay, well, this is where your path is going. You're smart enough and wise enough with some guidance to be able to take your own path.
Especially artistically, though, at 17, to let him just
Absolutely.
kind of figure that out on his own, like you did at 17.
Yeah, absolutely.
Reks, before we wrap up and shit, because we got a show to do, we want to hit you early in the show. We brought your name up early in the show, and our engineer Jules randomly threw out that he actually quit smoking cigs because of you.
Hashtag cold turkey warrior.
Remember
baby.
you doing that cold turkey warrior, Reks?
That's super dope.
Jules, say what up to Reks real quick. On the mic,
Peace,
Dick.
brother, peace. Yo, that brought a smile to my face. I'm glad you took those steps, man. That's an incredible feeling. I gotta say.
I'm still trying, but one day
me
at
and
a
Stiz,
time.
yo, Stiz, light that up and pass it.
Listen, you get there when you get there.
Exactly.
Your path is your path.
Yo, Reks, T.H.I.N.G.S album out now. The Hunger Inside Never Gets Satisfied. We just wanted to give you your flowers, bro. You are just a super elevated person. I'm so happy you are in my life, bro. You are an inspiration to all of us out here.
Yes.
Go get that album. Go stream it, buy
Likewise,
it, do
please.
whatever. And blessings upon blessings, bro. And we'll talk to you very soon.
Peace, Reks.
Appreciate y'all. Bless up, yo.
Peace.
You already know.
Good interview.
I mean, who's better than Reks, though, for real?
He's the man. Like,
Nobody.
He really
talking
is.
to him,
He really is,
he's got
bro.
a lot of good to say.
I'll
He's
tell
positive,
you.
dude.
Nobody better.
Shout out to my guy Biggs. Rest in peace, Biggs.
R.I.P. Biggs, man.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Biggs,
Biggs.
man. I remember Biggs first started coming around. Me and Biggs were boys, and Biggs would always tell me, like, yo, like, I'm really boys with Reks. And this is when I was really trying to come up, and I'd be like, shut the fuck up, Biggs. Like, stop it. He'd be like, nah, I'm telling you. And one night he hit me up, and he was like, yo, I'm going to an Edo G show with Reks. Do you want to come? And I was like, fuck yeah. And that was the first night I met Reks, and I just was fucking blown away. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like, it just meant so much for me being such a fan of hip hop and of Boston hip hop, like that. I just couldn't even believe I was in the fucking car with this kid. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like, he really is. And just
me tell you one
when
thing.
people are
Yeah,
well, I'm sorry, but when people are just nicer than they need to be, or you
Reks
know what I
is
mean?
humble as
Like,
they get, man.
just as humble as they get.
Knowing he's nicer than everybody, he's still humble. When Reks, when we made it official that Reks joined ST the Squad, what the fuck you think that did to me and everybody in ST the Squad? You
You're like, uh-oh, better step
You
up,
better
bro.
step your fucking shit up, dog.
Yo, I feel like Reks is one of those people, right, that literally, and if you ask him, he might not say this, but to me, watching him rap, watching him write, it looks so effortless.
It is,
He
it is,
makes
it
it
is.
look so
Yeah.
fucking effortless.
I call
Like, that
him,
kid could just rap in his sleep.
We call him a rap machine.
Yeah.
Like, so
It's
he's
just amazing to watch.
rap
It's amazing
all day,
to
all
see.
night. Yep.
unbelievable.
Yeah, we have a track together, Rex and I, that I produce, and he literally wrote it in the car.
I believe
on
it.
the way to the studio.
I believe it.
And
He showed
embodied
up
it.
late as hell.
I believe
I
it.
was worried as fuck that he wasn't gonna come.
All-
He showed up,
But
bodied it.
More
Yeah.
impressive
Like
is
one
that it's a
take.
body. That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
more
body.
impressive
It's a
part.
body.
It's not that you do it on the spot.
I
It's not,
couldn't have been
it's not a
happier.
rap that you wrote in the car. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a body.
It was insane. I can't believe it.
All I ever wanted was a joint. Actually, you know what? He did bless me for my debut project, Spare Change. But I wanted to
Which
get
is
on a
crazy.
Reks project, and I did end up getting on a Reks joint. Right? I did the hook. And I got a verse on there.
that?
Never saw the light of day. Never
Where is
saw
it
the
now?
light of day. That kid's probably got so many records that have never seen the
a
light
million.
of day.
I got a few sitting around
Yeah.
that I did with Maroney at his crib one day, and then I got whatever. Everyone knows Lunch Table. If you're from out here, if you're not a fucking loser,
Yeah, go get Lunch
But,
Table, the
um,
That shit was
video.
dope.
But,
Superstar Snuk and
I
Reks.
love that.
Sis,
I
you
like
got
that
a joint
track.
with Rex. We did a freestyle with him, me, you, and Rex.
Oh, that's right.
All the way up.
All the
We
way
should-
up.
yeah.
That's right. You got one of them. I
Forgot about
started
that
with
shit.
and then went all up in that ass.
All up in
And
that
I
ass.
mean, all
And I
the
mean,
way
all the
up.
That shit's fire too.
Yo,
I forgot
Jules,
about that shit.
shout out engineer Jules, right? Because I forget sometimes because so when you're working in radio, there's no cameras. It's just audio.
Yeah.
And so when you're doing an interview, you can look at your co-host and say, all right, do you have the next question?
Yeah.
Is it going too long?
So when
Should
you were
we
doing that
wrap
during
up?
this Rex interview, I was like, "Why are you doing that? You know we're on
Yes,
camera
that's
right.
right. I totally forgot.
Bro, it's
so
the
I was
first
like,
thing I thought of.
should we wrap up? Like, is it going too long?
So
and
now
Jules
when
looked
Rex
at me and
watches-
just shook his fucking head.
So now when Rex watches the video of this shit, he's gonna be like, "Damn, they was trying to get rid of me
Bro,
from
you know
like
I wasn't.
from
He
like
was on
minute
for like
2."
two
wasn't-
minutes.
I know. No, I wasn't. I just wanted to make sure that it was tight and it was crisp
Nah, we
and that
good.
we weren't stretching
But
it. you
minute
know?
3, Stiz was giving the wrap up sign.
I don't know. We had too much of this shit.
Rex went on for 15 minutes. That was a
Nah,
quality
I
calling from Rex.
I swear
though.
it's not like that. Thank you, Rex. That was a quality calling.